If you have a narcissist in your life, it's almost guaranteed that one tactic they're going to use is the silent treatment. So this is something that can go on for hours, it can go on for days, maybe even weeks. And the silent treatment is a passive-aggressive way for them to show you that they're unhappy with something. So whether that's you said something that pissed them off, you challenged them in some sort of way, or because they made up some sort of story in their head about something you did and now they're angry about it. They just want to punish you. Now, the silent treatment can be a huge trigger for a lot of people, especially if you have dealt with childhood silent treatment, where one of your parents would give you silent treatment when they were unhappy with you. So if you've experienced this in childhood, it can cause your limbic system to go off, which in your limbic system, you have your emotions and your fight or flight. And so you will think you're in danger. You feel like you're this helpless child all over again. Because when you're a child, you depend on your parent. Like, you literally need them in order to survive. You can't do things on your own. So that can cause you to go into an emotional state and to panic. Because as a child, you panicked. Your bond was potentially threatened. You getting your needs was potentially threatened. So you may go back to that helpless child state and get stuck in that emotional part and react the same way you would when you're a child. So you may beg, you may plead, you may cry, you may try to appease them, you may apologize, or you may get like really sick to your stomach. So when you get older and you are given the silent treatment, especially with someone that you have a really tight bond, you will respond the same way and you'll feel like you're dealing with it all over again. So that trauma transfers over into your current relationship, even though logically it makes sense, but subconsciously it's in there. It's the same feelings. So you will do whatever it takes to try to get them to talk to you again, even if that means giving in to them and doing something you really didn't want to do, or admitting you're wrong when you don't think you're wrong. Or if you didn't experience this in childhood, still it can be tormenting, as you just want peace and you want them to be loving again. You just want things to go back to being okay. There's desperation there and they know this. So if they know this, why would they do this? They do this because they get an ego boost from it. They feel empowered by doing this. They are feeding off of your emotions and they feel empowered and in control, because everything to them is just a power trip, and this is another power trip to them. They are hurt and they want you to experience the same hurt. They want you to feel shameful for whatever it is that you did, and they want you to feel as low as they feel. So they like seeing you begging and pleading, and they like knowing that you want to talk to them so badly, but you can't, because in their eyes, they're like, oh, you're undeserving of me. In their mind, they're a prize. They love seeing you needing them so badly. So you see this and you'll sit there and you'll try to figure out the code. You're like, okay, last time this worked, but then you'll try it this time and it doesn't work. You may apologize and think that will make it normal again. You may apologize and think, oh, I owned up to whatever I did, even though I don't know what I did, and it should make it better. And normally that works in healthy relationships. In healthy relationships, you can apologize and the person will be like, oh, okay, they acknowledge what they did, and we can make it better. We can move on from here. With a narcissist, it doesn't work like that. Apologies are not a way to move forward. Apologies to them are confirmation that they are in the right with whatever they're doing and they are just. They see it as admitting that you are guilty, and then they use it to their advantage of thinking that anytime they give silent treatment, they're right to give silent treatment and you're always the guilty one. So any type of reaction you give them, they feel just in giving the silent treatment. That is why no crying or pleading or anything works. You think, oh, if I beg them or I show them sorry, there'll be some empathy. They'll want to move forward. No, it doesn't work. They don't actually want things to get better. They want to get an ego boost. So really, there's no right answer to get them to stop giving the silent treatment. They just stop whenever they decide. There's no amount of apologizing, there's no amount of begging, there's nothing you could really do. It's out of your control. You can't prevent it. It's like trying to stop a child from crying when they were told no. It's almost impossible. So what can you do about it? Well, the thing that's in your control is you can let it stop torturing you. You can stop giving into it. So how do you get it to stop torturing you? One, you need to comfort that inner child, especially if this is a trauma for you, this is the trigger for you. You need to comfort that inner child and remind yourself you're not that helpless child anymore. You don't actually need this person. And this also works if you have if you're very codependent with this person and you're very addicted to this person. Again, you want to reiterate, you don't need this person to be okay. You don't need them to acknowledge you or be satisfied with you for you to be worth something, for you to be okay. The more you remind yourself that you don't need them, the more it will break that trauma bond or the feeling that you need them to be happy. In your subconscious programming, you've been programmed to believe that you need external validation to be okay. You are so uncomfortable when other people are not happy with you or uncomfortable with you that it's your own scratch you need to itch, where you need to get them to not be mad at you anymore, or you need for them to talk to you and be happy with you. That's something that you have to be okay with, is that they're not healthy and this is something completely out of your control. So instead of directing all of your energy and attention to them, direct it towards yourself, of comforting especially that inner child, comforting that part of you that is really struggling right now, and be a parent towards yourself. Hey, they're going through whatever they're going through, but it's okay. I don't need to make them feel okay for me to be okay. I'm my own separate person. And I am not helpless. It's okay if they are doing whatever they're doing. And I know some are very isolated and they don't have any other communication with other people, and some maybe they depend on that person for money. So what you may need to do is, because they're very unpredictable and you never know when this is going to happen, what you need to do is you need to try to get any independence that you can. So if they give you an allowance, for instance, make sure you hold on to something for yourself. So if like they're giving you silent treatment in a time where you need money or something, they won't have that power over you. Or getting a side hustle for yourself, getting some sort of income for yourself so you don't depend on them. Or trying to reach out to people. I know often when you're in narcissistic relationships, you do lose a lot of the people that you love, but there are people that have been in narcissistic relationships and they'll be there for you. So join a community of people that you can talk to, so that way you're not feeling like they're the only source you have of communication. There's other people. You need to cut off the dependence on them so it doesn't feel like you're getting all your basic needs from them. So you want to try to give yourself as many needs as possible, giving yourself that self-love, giving yourself whatever you need that they try to give you in their times of love bombing. Now once you do that, you can do the following things. One, when it's happening, observe, don't absorb. So don't take in their energy, be like, oh, they're doing the silent treatment thing again. So you may go, your limbic system may kick in and you may go to that emotional response where you get sick, you get nervous, you get stressed, you get tense. In that moment, take a deep breath so you can go to more of that reasoning part of your brain, so you can calm yourself down and talk yourself through it. Hey, it's okay. They're doing this. I don't have to take this in. I notice it's a silent treatment. This has nothing to do with me. This is a power game. Next, you want to show absolutely no reaction. So this is again into that responding, not reacting. So you want to do the opposite of what you've ever done. You don't want to react how you usually do with like begging or pleading. You now know it doesn't work. They don't have empathy. It has no effect on them, unfortunately. Because they can read you like a book, and because they have gathered all this information about you, they expect you to react like that and they want you to react like that. So when they're given the silent treatment, they're going to expect you to react a certain way. And so instead of doing that, throw them a curveball, and when you go to say something and then they don't respond back, say, hey, I notice you're not up to talking. That's okay. That's cool. We don't have to talk. And then go on your merry way. Go continue what you were doing. Go and do something else. They'll be like, what just happened? Their mind will be blown. They don't understand what just happened. And they'll react however they're gonna react. Now they see it doesn't bother you in any sort of way. It's gonna make them pissed off. They see it didn't have any effect on you, and then they'll feel stupid and they're less likely to use that tactic because they didn't get the reaction that they wanted. They always live off of getting reactions. So they may use it less, or they may lessen the days. They're gonna try to maybe change their tactics, but they can see that it's not something that works on you anymore. And the next thing you want to do is don't focus on the narcissist needs, focus on your own. So it can be emotionally draining and it's overwhelming when you're dealing with them. So instead of giving them that energy again, focus on yourself. And this can be hard because oftentimes when you're joined with one, when the narcissist has made you one with them, it can be hard to know what you need because you're so used to giving everything of yourself to the narcissist. So sit with yourself and think about things that you usually enjoy, that you like to do. Maybe you like getting your nails done. Maybe you like playing sports. Maybe you like watching movies. Maybe you like taking walks, which walks are great when you need to get regrounded. Think about things that you usually do or you've done before them that you really enjoyed, and then go ahead and give yourself that thing. Maybe go for a car drive. Maybe you do some dancing. Maybe listen to some music. Maybe doing some art and being creative. There's things that you used to do before you were in a relationship with them that you really enjoyed. So go and do that for yourself and fill your own love jar. Then you will notice you won't have this urge to get them to talk to you because you already filled that for yourself. You don't need them. You're breaking the codependency. So the key thing is when you're dealing with silent treatment, it's not to get them to stop giving you silent treatment. The key thing is to not focus on the silent treatment, to bring the attention back to yourself and doing whatever you need for. So what do you guys think? Leave it in the comments below, and please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with someone that you think may need it. Until next time, thanks for watching. Bye guys. Don't tell anyone, but the shirt's not supposed to be like this. It's broken, but shh. I'm not bougie. I'll wear broken clothes. I don't care. She's so like down to earth. Oh my god.